Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Kelly, the federal judge who paused the executive order on January 27th stated from the bench that no one from the 7 countries named in the order has been arrested for terror activities in the United States since 9/11. Reading from an Associated Press article in the Seattle Times, he asked the Justice Department lawyer how many arrests of foreign nationals from the countries have occurred since 9/11. When the lawyer said she didn't know, the judge answered his own question. He said, "Let me tell you, the answer to that is none, the best I can tell. You are here arguing on behalf of someone that says we have to protect the United States from these individuals coming from these countries, and there's no support for that." I can't help but note that, at least in one instance, he is right. The young man who stabbed a number of people at Ohio State this past November was in the United States through the refugee program. He came here from Somalia, one of the 7 countries we're talking about. But in this one case, the judge was right. He was not arrested because he was killed at the scene by police. Now, I have here a study by a professor from the University of North Carolina, which finds that in all the arrests made for terror-related activities in the United States since 9/11, almost a quarter of them have direct family ties to those 7 countries. In your opinion, Mr. Secretary, are these critics correct? Have there been no problems at all with people from these 7 countries?
I think, Congressman, the first thing I'd say is people like me are paid to do, in my case, protect the nation in the home game, protect the Homeland. Hope is not a course of action for people like me, and police officers, and sheriffs, and members of the CVP, people like that. Hope, we can never rely on, gee, I hope nothing bad happens. In the case, and I have nothing but respect for judges, in their world, it's a very academic, very almost in a vacuum discussion. And of course, in their courtrooms, they're protected by people like me. So they can have those discussions. And if something happens bad from, from letting people in, they don't come to the judge to ask him about his ruling. They come to people like me. There are bad people in the world. They come from all over the world. Some of them are homegrown, and people like me are doing the best we can to get after the problem. So again, I have nothing but respect for our judges, but they live in a different world than I do. I'm paid to worst case it. He's paid to, in a very academic environment, make a call, and I don't criticize him for that. That's his job. But I'm the one that is charged with protecting the nation, the homeland, and I intend to do that and never hope that some people coming from some part of the world are coming here for the right reasons.
Thank you. Secretary Kelly, one of the principal reasons I ran for Congress was my frustration with the federal government for refusing to enforce our existing immigration laws. My city of Hazleton, which I was mayor of, was overrun by illegal aliens who brought with them gangs, drugs, identity theft, fraud, other crimes that I had to deal with. No one was speaking for the victims of these crimes. I always heard that, we have to have compassion for the person that comes here illegally. But I had to sit with people who lost loved ones who were victims, and I have compassion for them. So I commend the Trump administration for recognizing these crime victims, the victims. As you know, the executive order of January 25th, enhancing public safety in the interior of the United States, establishes an Office of Victims of Crimes committed by removable aliens. Can you please speak to when this office will be set and what services it would provide?
The office is being set up kind of as we speak, and I've just, even though it's actually down inside the ICE organization, I've told my people that I want that particular office to work for me. So we're raising it up to the secretary level. Generally speaking, these criminals who are here illegally are generally going through a criminal justice system in the states for the most part. First of all, our view would be that those people can expect from us, if they call and say, how's that case going, the person that murdered my daughter with a gun or ran over my son with an automobile, or killed a police officer on the side of the road. How's that going? So we will be able to say it's in court and, give them a description of what it is. But further down the line, that office will be able to tell those people, okay, the convicted person that killed your daughter, murdered your son, killed a cop, he's got, 10 years, 9 years, 8 years, 7 years. Okay, he's going to be paroled. And you can bet that my people will be standing there when he is paroled to take him into custody and send him back to wherever he came from. That's what I see that office doing, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for your service to our country.